Ever wondered how millionaires manage their money to keep growing their wealth? It might seem like a secret accessible only to the rich and famous, but in reality, it's all about mastering the art of money management. Today we're diving into the crucial strategies that can help anyone increase their financial standing, even if they're starting with less than they'd hope. Many believe that to become wealthy, one must begin with a substantial sum of money. However, this is a common misconception. Wealth isn't necessarily about how much you start with, it's about how effectively you manage what you have. Millionaires often excel not just in earning, but in wisely controlling their expenses and investing their resources. They understand that every dollar saved is a dollar that can be invested, and it's through these investments, and the magic of compound interest, that their wealth continues to burgeon. Stick around as we uncover the top strategies used by the financially successful. Do you find yourself struggling to save money, or perhaps your expenses always seem to match or exceed your income? It's a common scenario. At the end of every month, many are perplexed to find their bank balances hovering dangerously close to zero. Why does this happen? Let's dive into some of the most common financial pitfalls that snag even the most earnest among us. First up, high expenses. It's easy to let spending creep up, isn't it? Whether it's indulging in that extra coffee or upgrading technology more often than necessary, these costs add up. Think about it. When was the last time you reviewed your monthly subscriptions? Are you paying for services you barely use? Moving on, let's talk about savings, or the lack thereof. A startling number of individuals have less than 3 months' worth of expenses saved. Without this financial cushion, any unexpected expense can lead to debt. How robust is your safety net? And speaking of debt, poor investment choices often contribute significantly to financial instability. Diving into investments without proper research or understanding can be akin to sailing in stormy weather without a compass. Are your investments aligned with your long-term financial goals? Addressing these issues requires honesty, and sometimes tough decisions. It's about distinguishing between wants and needs, setting aside a portion of your income routinely, and educating yourself about wise investment strategies. Identifying these pitfalls is the first step towards financial freedom. What if I told you that budgeting could be your most powerful tool in wealth accumulation? It's true, mastering the art of budgeting is not just about keeping your spending in check. It's about understanding where every dollar goes and making your money work for you. Think of your budget as a blueprint. It's a plan for how to build your financial future. Start by tracking your income and expenses. Yes, it might seem tedious, but understanding where your money comes from and where it goes is crucial. You can use a simple spreadsheet or leverage modern tools and apps that make tracking effortless and visually engaging. Now, let's talk allocation. The 50-30-20 rule is a simple yet effective way to structure your budget. Allocate 50% of your income to necessities like rent and groceries. These are your must-haves. Then 30% can be directed towards wants like dining out or other leisure activities. Lastly, dedicate at least 20% to savings or paying off debt. This method not only helps in managing your money, but also in building a cushion for the future. But here's where many falter: sticking to the budget. It's easy to make a budget, but another to live by it. One tip is to set specific financial goals. Whether it's saving for a new car, a home, or just building an emergency fund, having clear objectives can keep you motivated. Use technology to your advantage. There are numerous budgeting apps available that can help you monitor your spending habits, send alerts when you're nearing your budget limit, and even provide insights into your financial health. These tools make it much easier to stay on track with your budget without feeling overwhelmed. Remember, budgeting is not about restricting yourself. It's about empowering yourself to make informed financial decisions. By knowing your financial boundaries, you can explore opportunities with confidence. With a solid budget, you control your money, not the other way around. Saving money is not just about putting aside a portion of your paycheck. It's about setting yourself up for financial success and security. One of the golden rules of saving is the concept of paying yourself first. This means before you pay your bills, buy groceries, or spend on entertainment, you set aside a portion of your income for your future self. It's treating your savings just like any other essential bill that must be paid. Now, how do you make sure that this happens every month without fail? Automate it. By setting up automatic transfers from your checking account to your savings account right after each payday, you ensure that you never forget to save. It's out of sight, out of mind, and growing in the background. Speaking of where it grows, let's talk about different types of savings accounts. Not all are created equal. A regular savings account is fine for short-term goals due to its ease of access. However, for long-term goals, consider a high-yield savings account or a certificate of deposit, which can offer higher interest rates. These accounts reward you for your patience with a better return on your investment. Additionally, if you're saving for retirement, don't overlook the power of an individual retirement account or a 401k, which can provide tax advantages along with growth opportunities. Remember, every dollar you save is a step closer to financial independence. By prioritizing savings and choosing the right places to grow your money, you're not just saving, you're paving the way to a richer future. Investing can seem complex and intimidating, but it doesn't have to be. Let's break down the essentials of investment, making it as straightforward as possible. Imagine you're planting a variety of seeds in your garden. Each type of seed represents a different investment vehicle, such as stocks, bonds, mutual funds, and ETFs or exchange-traded funds. Each has its own potential to grow, and just like in gardening, diversification can lead to a more robust harvest. First up, stocks. When you buy stocks, you're buying a piece of ownership in a company. If the company does well, so do you. If it falters, your stock's value might decrease. It's like planting a fast-growing plant. It can shoot up quickly, but it's also susceptible to weather changes. Next, let's talk about bonds. When you invest in bonds, you're essentially lending money to a company or government in exchange for periodic interest payments plus the return of the bond's face value when it matures. Think of bonds as perennial plants. They grow slower than annuals but provide stability and consistent returns. Moving on to mutual funds. These are investment programs funded by shareholders that trade in diversified holdings and are professionally managed. Investing in a mutual fund is like starting a community garden. You pool resources with others, and a professional gardener decides what to plant and how to care for it, aiming to achieve the best possible results for everyone involved. Lastly, ETFs. These funds are like mutual funds, but trade on stock exchanges, similar to individual stocks. ETFs offer the benefits of diversification and lower operating costs, making them accessible and efficient. They're akin to using high-quality, disease-resistant seeds in your garden. The key takeaway? Diversification. A diversified portfolio can help manage risk and reduce the volatility of an asset's price movements. It's like not putting all your eggs in one basket, or rather, not planting only one type of seed in your garden. Start small, but start now. Time in the market is often more beneficial than timing the market. Debt can be a tool, but it can also be a trap. Understanding the difference between good debt and bad debt is crucial in managing your finances effectively. Good debt can be seen as an investment that will grow in value or generate long-term income. Think of student loans or mortgages. These are generally considered positive as they help in building your future. On the flip side, bad debt typically involves borrowing money for things that lose value quickly or carry high interest rates. Credit card debt is a notorious example. It's easy to swipe the card, but the high interest can make it hard to manage the balance. Payday loans are even worse, as they can have interest rates that border on the astronomical, trapping you in a cycle of debt. To steer clear of these pitfalls, always plan your purchases. Ask yourself if what you're buying with borrowed money is a necessity or a luxury. If it's the latter, consider saving up for it instead. Use debt wisely to leverage opportunities, not to finance a lifestyle you can't afford. Now that we've explored these crucial strategies, it's time to put them into action. Let's quickly revisit the key insights we've covered. First, we identified common financial pitfalls, the stealthy budget busters that can derail even the most diligent saver. Recognizing these is your first step toward financial prudence. Next, we delved into the art of budgeting like a pro. Crafting a budget isn't just about tracking expenses, it's about setting priorities that align with your long-term financial goals. Then we discussed smart saving strategies. Remember, it's not just about how much you save, but how you save it. Opting for high-interest accounts or automatic savings plans can significantly boost your financial health. We also unpacked the basics of investing, a crucial step for anyone looking to grow their wealth. Understanding different types of investments and the risks involved prepares you to make informed decisions. And finally, we talked about using debt wisely. Not all debt is bad, but understanding when and how to leverage debt can be crucial. Empower yourself with these tips and start your journey towards financial success today. Don't forget to subscribe for more insights.